Hello, everyone. I'm Raíssa, and I'm bringing you now a new podcast of the blog Softball Now. In Natal, now we have the temperature is about 29 degrees Celsius, and it really feels like 29 degrees, so it's hot. We have no clouds in the sky. It's a perfect day for a game, and I'm going to see a game today. My favorite team, America, is going to play. Let's hope it wins finally. But today we're going to talk about the Olympic problems that we are experiencing now in Rio de Janeiro. You know, it's the first time the Olympic Games come to South America, and we understand that South America has a different culture about things. And if you think about Brazil, Brazil has what we say a Brazilian way of doing things. For example, if we have a big competition like this and we have to build some venues, we can expect that these venues will be ready only in a short period before the games. So it's going to be stressful. It's going to be expensive because they want to build everything really near the deadline, and so they have to spend a lot of money to do this. We also understand that this is part of the corruption problem in Brazil, but we're not going to discuss this kind of corruption problems because, as I always say, this could have only a podcast about it, and it would take a long time just talking about it. Let's talk about the Olympic really problem. So first of all, nobody could imagine that Brazil would hold the Olympic Games here. But then we had the World Cup, and everybody was talking about everything that could have gone wrong during this World Cup, and we did it well. Everything was so good. Of course, we had little problems here and then, but after all, it was a very good World Cup. The spirit of people who came here, they were happy. They were welcome. We had parties in every stadium, in every arena that we had around here. But now the Olympic Games, you know, it's a really big event. So we can have like thousands of problems, a lot more problems than the World Cup. The World Cup is a big event, of course, but it's so small near the Olympic Games. And I think now we can understand what kind of problems we can have during these Olympic Games. First of all, the Olympic Village. I'm sure you heard that lots of teams from other countries, they came here, and when they got to their apartments, then they saw that something was wrong. They had electrical problems. We had lots of dirt in the places. Some of the places were not really built. There was something missing. So that was the beginning of the problems. We haven't finished all the venues for the sports. Now we have this big thing happening in the swimming events, diving events, because I've never heard about it before. It is the first time that the swimming pools, they get green during the Olympic event, you know. It's something shocking. How can they just forget about controlling the quality of water? It's so easy. Everybody that has a swimming pool understands that this kind of control has to be done, if not every day, every 2 days. And if you don't control everything, for example, after raining, after changing a little bit of the water, all the chemistry balance changes a lot. So you can have a good quality water turn into a very bad quality water very fast. And now we are experiencing this kind of problem with the swimming events. Not only swimming, diving, all these sports that are in a swimming pool, they get the water green. And I was really impressed by an interview that an authority of Rio 2016 talking about this quality of water. And one of the things said there really shocked me, because this guy said that now they understand that chemistry is not exact. Wow, guys, chemistry is exact. You know, you have numbers, you have how to control the numbers. So they promised that the swimming pool would be blue again in one day, and the swimming pool is still green, and they don't know how to solve this problem. Of course, the problem is not the chemistry, right? The problem is the people who are controlling the chemical numbers. Of course, that is the problem. And that is the Brazilian problem. You know, we always think about excuses. We don't think about solutions. Well, and we have the polluted water. I told you this, I think, last week. Some boat events had incidents, like a Belgian sailor turned over his boat. And what happened there is that this Belgian sailor had to be admitted in a hospital, because the water in Rio de Janeiro, where these boat events are happening, is just like sewage water, you know, totally polluted. So someone that falls into this water can have big problems about their health. So this is one of the big problems that we can never imagine in Olympic Games, but it's Brazil, so we imagine it can happen. And now I just see some news that they are going to remove all the water of the swimming pools and get lots of water into them again. Can you imagine? The Olympic opening ceremony was just about the environment, how to reduce the use of things, how to reuse. And what big example we have in Brazil. They have to change all the water in the swimming pools because they can't control the chemical balance of the water. And now we're going to waste lots of water because the Olympic athletes are in danger of getting something bad to their health. So this is Brazil, guys. I'm sorry, but that's it. And we also had bus attack. You know, a bus was passing by a venue, and police say some people threw rocks at this bus and the windows were busted, but some other people that were in the bus say it was not rocks, that what happened, that it was stray bullets that got to the bus. We also had a stray bullet that hit a tent of the media in the equestrian venue. So can you imagine? I've never heard about these problems in other Olympic Games. Of course, I understand that we talk a lot about this when we are in the country, and I have never been to the Olympic Games, like being there at the place, really to see the games. But Brazilians, sometimes they forget what is basics to everything, that is organization. We don't have any kind of organization. This country, I always say that, and I'm sorry, Brazilian people. I am Brazilian, but that's my impression about my people, is that we can't even get into a line. You know, we are in a place waiting to get someone to help us. We can't wait in line. We are so disorganized that we can't have the fundamentals. We can't have the basic. We can't have a line. So I think that is the problem. Of course, I'm very happy that we have these games in Brazil, but I'm also shocked how disorganized we can be. And when we think about authorities, when we think about security, when we think about health, we see that we have a long way to go to really get to a level that is safe to the population. In this case, that is safe to the athletes. And we have a long, long way to go because we can't understand how to be serious about some things. Of course, we also have people complaining about the behavior of Brazilian crowds. And yeah, Brazilian crowds, they think everything is soccer. So we cheer as we are cheering in a soccer stadium. And this is a little bit different in Brazil too, because most of all, we boo the opponent. We don't like to cheer for our team. We do it, but most of all, the main point of cheering is to boo the opponent. So some athletes are really shocked by this behavior of the crowds in Brazil. We have even Brazilian athletes that are really not comfortable with this behavior of the crowds, but I hope that one day we can understand that sports are really, how can I tell you this, friendly. It's just something that makes us happy. It's not something that we have really to fight for it. That's not the point. And one day I think we'll understand. We evolved since the Pan American Games that we had here in Brazil. Back then we were really booing the opponents in every sport, even artistic gymnastics. That is a sport that requires lots of concentration, focus, and silence, and etc. But I think we evolved, but of course we have a long way to go there too. Okay, guys, that's it for today. I don't have much time. I know that I'm repeating myself saying that I don't have much time, but it's true, because today my favorite team is going to play at 4 o'clock, and it's almost 3 o'clock now here in Natal, so I gotta run to get there, to get a good place to sit and to cheer for my team. Let's hope together that America can win today, because it's very important. And tomorrow at 10 o'clock, we're going to talk about soccer in Portuguese. So if you want to join us here to talk, I will be very, very, very happy. But next week on Friday at 7 p.m., we'll talk about other subjects in Portuguese. And this talk in English we'll have next Saturday at between 2 and 3 o'clock. Okay? So that's it. Have a good afternoon, everyone. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.